And I'm going to go ahead and call my first model, Sierra. Here's what I've discovered about makeup. Makeup is all about the application. We already know that it's really not good for our skin. We know about what it causes with breast cancer. We know the intake. So here's what we need to learn. We need to learn how to apply for women of color. When Grayson did call me with this opportunity, I just loved it. I actually had a dream about timeless beauty a year ago. Had no clue what it meant. And when this opportunity came and I saw timeless, I was blown away. I had no clue what the name was. I wrote it down on a piece of paper that I saved, and this is what it was. So literally I was seeing in a vision beforehand that this was coming to me, this opportunity. With everything with the skin, like I said, I am also a licensed esthetician. Everything begins underneath. So beauty is skin. It is skin, not just skin deep. It's from the inside out. So you always want to make sure that you have a very good cleanser and whatnot like that, and SISEL has given it to us. There is absolutely nothing in my research and in my wearing it in the past few weeks that I can say is against any beauty, beauty tip or beauty enhancement or whatnot like that. I think what we've done as women of color is we've used makeup to cover up. That was not the original intent of makeup. Makeup was to enhance your already natural beauty. And for those who may not feel that they have natural beauty, it still is an enhancer, okay? So that's what it was meant for, and that's what Timeless Minerals has done for me. And I'm so excited to share it with my clients because, as you know, now everything has gone to HD TV. Well, what they're using for HD is minerals. You cannot use the regular name brand makeup and whatnot like that because you will look like a ghost. So this now allows us to reach those audiences of television, broadcasters. It's amazing on what we can do with this. Your local television stations, most definitely, they use minerals. So to have something that's good for their skin, that they don't have to worry about decaying, because makeup does that. In doing my studies, I live in Boca, #1 city, I say, as it relates to Botox and surgery. Why do that when you actually have a makeup that you can start using now that actually corrects your skin and corrects your aging process? So that's what it's all about. What we're going to do now is we're going to put this here that I've fallen in love with. Darlene and I have talked about it, and this is the Activate 6000. It's a face cream that you want to put from your face down to your neck. And I use brushes only because I touch so many faces, and so I would not use my hands or just sponges as much. So I have a little bit on here. And everything when you apply makeup or any type of cleanser, it should always be pulled down. You don't want to go up because it's going to literally take your skin in that direction. So we're going to just apply this a little bit here. What I've also found is my daughter, who is 12, going into 13, puberty and all that stuff, she's started to use the products, and it is clearing up acne. So the minerals are literally getting into the skin and working. So that's also a good thing. We're going to be real quick here. I'm going to do a C. Thomas quick. Is that okay? Can I do 15 minutes? I promise to end just one time this time, okay? I love it. See, I love what you said about relationships, because that's so important, because the people who are near and dear to me, that's definitely the first set of people that I want to touch and share this timeless beauty with. So we're just going to do that. I found out about the primer. The primer is amazing. It helps to keep men. For some of the things you don't know, just tell your wives or girlfriends, they'll explain it later. A primer is something that we use to set the skin. It sets the makeup and helps it to stay on longer. What I've realized in my short time in using the primer is that it helps all day. My makeup will not move. I'm very oily. I have very oily skin. So to find something that keeps the oil in, it's amazing for me. Especially women of color have that issue. I don't know here if you have a little bit oily, the T-zone. So this primer is a definite. I'm just using a regular sponge now, because this is a two-sided sponge. And all these things are what we're talking with corporate about on how to improve. So I'm very excited about where the line will go in the next few months, helping them to take this company definitely to another level. Not that Tom needs much help, but it's just amazing and wonderful, to be able to work with that line. So we're going to get Sierra's color here, which is her tawny beige is what we call it. So after that, you want to put a foundation on. Don't worry about, and I can talk to you guys because you are distributors, don't worry about the packaging or what's going on with the pump. You want to be very careful. They are working on that. I did get some information. It tends to kind of squirt out, but I mean, we can get around all that. So, and you feel free to kind of ask questions as I go, because when I work, I tend to kind of quiet down a bit. So ladies, please feel free to help me out. And I'm just, go ahead.
What's the difference between the liquid and the powder foundation?
The liquid foundation is something I feel when you need more coverage. The powder is when you want full coverage. The powder is kind of sheer. It's just to really keep the shine down if you tend to get shiny at all.
You said lady, can I ask a question?
You sure can, man.
A lot of the models that I shoot use concealer. Is that something that we offer, and is that it is something that we offer?
I did speak to corporate about that. I told them definitely women who have darkness under their eyes, concealer is like the main ingredient and thing, so they're working on that from what I know. I maybe should have taken my earrings off. Cooking.
So if somebody's very oily, you recommend a powder. Somebody that's not as oily.
What I found with these products, Doc, is that this really helps to begin the process of eliminating oil. I've been wearing it maybe 3 weeks, and it has toned down. I have powdered one time today only because I'm used to doing it. It's not because there was a need to. And, you know, I think that I'm still a bit quite mad since this morning. So it's all about preference.
I think I have a question.
Yes.
I don't really know much about makeup, and I'm not scared to admit that. But how do you blend it in with the person's skin color, various shades that's out there?
How do you blend it in?
Yeah.
Here's what I talked to corporate about also. Skin tones are in either reds or yellows. And what some people may look at this makeup and see, okay, it has a lot of red in it. So what you would do is take maybe a shade lighter or 2 shades lighter and then mix it with a darker one, and you will get a color. Any types of makeup or foundation, anything that you mix, you will come up with a color. It's just like, you know, the color wheel. You know, you mix reds. When you mix 2 different colors, you have primary colors and you have secondary colors. So it's something like that. So just take a lighter foundation, like for you, we have foundation here that we can put on you now. We may have to squirt a little bit of the walnut, which is the darker color, just to give you some warmth to it, but we can make your color. And I saw 4 new colors they brought out to me when we did go to corporate. So, if that answers your question.
Yes, what we'll do, Adrian, when we do our big training that's coming up, once we lock that date in, it'll be an all day, maybe a day and a half, 2 days, and we'll have some breakout sessions. And we'll literally give you all an hour or whatever to go in there with her and let her work with you on that so that you can become familiar with it too. We want to do all that. We're going to get on video doing a full session as well. But what I wanted to be able to see, because all this is going to be on video. AC and Berna are just awesome. And they've agreed to coach whatever we do. We'll film it. We'll hook it up. All this will be on my YouTube channel, which I'll give you in just a second. But it actually will be captioned on disc too. So if you want it, we're going to put it on disc. Cool. And you'll be able to buy it if you want. We're not into selling tools. But we do know that some folks do want it and they couldn't be here, and that's fair. So if they don't want to go to YouTube and deal with it, might be buffering the whole time, you can actually just purchase it. But we're going to do it for what it cost us. No more, no less. We're not trying to get rid of that. Believe me, there's enough in this compensation plan. We all right. We're going to make plenty of money in the comp plan. So we don't have to worry about supplementing that with tools and a bunch of stuff.
Monica, I have a question about the age of me.
Yes. About the age?
Age wise.
Okay. I think that's when our concealer line is going to come in with the space. Well, no, we have the brightening cream.
Okay.
The brightening cream can be used for that. Just as you go through your regimen with cleansing, take the brightening cream and put on those areas that you're concerned about. If they're lighter or darker, I think you can still do that. And I'm still experimenting with it, but the brightening cream has been working very well. Very well. Yes, go ahead.